Hi everyone. So recently on our bio section of the Facebook page, I shared that my unknown skill is that I'm actually a medium or channel, which sounds kind of weird to a lot of people. It was to me as well. I also trained as a lawyer and everything is logical and left brain and has to make sense. And then I became very interested in being on a more spiritual path and studied a whole lot of things and read a million books. And then when I was in Bali in 2012, I had this extraordinary experience that something was trying to communicate through me. It was a little scary, to be honest, but basically fast forward a couple of years and I realized that I was receiving messages. And they are beautiful messages, and I now know that I'm working with a whole lot of spirit guides. It has taken me time to learn all their names and not to be afraid of this anymore. And really how it works is that I am able to quieten my mind, miraculously for someone with such a busy mind. They often tell me that I have to work on that. Quieten my mind, and then I hear the messages in my mind. So it's not like I actually hear a voice, but the messages come into my mind. And I now do readings for other people, often around helping people make sense of their lives, of losses that they may have suffered. I call myself a soul coach because really it's about helping us receive the guidance that our soul wants us to know. So I channeled a message for you guys. I asked my guides if there was a message for this particular group that they could share, and this is what I got. Greetings to you, beautiful beings. There are so many changes you are experiencing in your lives right now that it can feel like you're being dragged forward faster than you're able to go. Trust that all is as it should be, and you are able to cope with all these changes, and not only cope but thrive as you step into new ways of operating in the world. Some of these are regarding how you used to study versus new methods of processing information and making sense of it. In a way, one could say injecting more of yourself into what you read and study, so that you are no longer a blank recipient of information, but that the learning process becomes a kind of dance, and the information enters your mind. It is processed through the brilliant lens of your own thoughts, and then is shown to the world when you release what you have processed back into the world. We hope this does not sound more complicated than it is. Perhaps more simply put, the way that knowledge has been traditionally handed down in many institutions was exactly that, a handing down, a passing of the baton. What is required now is that you engage more deeply with the subject, that you are not a passive recipient of others' knowledge, but an active creator in new knowledge. There are times when you simply need to show that you have understood certain concepts before you can make them your own. What we most wish to convey to you is a sense of your own agency. You have the ability already to think critically about what is put before you. Now that you are no longer attending classes, there is far more emphasis placed upon you, upon your own mind, your own thoughts. Every time you let fear and worry take over your mind, you shut off your ability to receive both knowledge and wisdom. This is because fear acts as a barrier. It prevents you from receiving the insights that your own higher mind is trying to give you, and it prevents even the words in front of you from making sense. You've all felt this on occasion? Think back to a time when you were panicking, perhaps, when you were not even able to make sense of what was written in front of you. So be aware that a large part of what you are called to do currently is manage your fear and anxiety so that your mind is free and open to receive the work in front of you and to receive the guidance of your own higher self that assists in the assimilation of the new thoughts and concepts. Remember that you are required to integrate what you've learned, not absorb and regurgitate it, but integrate it. Therefore, although it may seem counterintuitive, more time studying does not equal better results. What yields results is paying attention to the state of your being, your mind, your emotions. And when calm and balanced and confident in your abilities, you take in information at twice the speed. Can you not see that this is so? Take time each day to nurture yourself, to calm your mind. Remind yourself of the bigger picture when you have become so focused on one test or paper that you have forgotten the enormity of your life. Shift perspective, walk outside, feel the sunshine on your face, and when you once again have a sense of the bigger picture, as you sometimes call it, then return to your work.